So Amazon has agreed to pay $40 million to license a documentary and a limited series about Melania Trump. This is set to be directed by Brett Ratner. If you don't know who Brett Ratner is, he was a very prominent kind of, studio director in the 90s and 2000s of things like Rush Hour and then the third X-Men movie. He was disgraced during the whole Me Too movement, accused of sexual harassment and assault. Not a very good guy, so it only makes sense that a Melania Trump documentary would be directed by Brett Ratner, of all people. This is set to debut in mid-2025, and it will offer a, quote, unprecedented behind-the-scenes look, end quote, at Melania's life. Who the fuck wants this? Like, who is asking for this? Is she interesting enough to support a project like this? She's no Michelle Obama or Jackie Kennedy. She's not particularly intriguing. And this isn't necessarily even to impugn her specifically, because I think most first, I wouldn't want to watch a documentary about Jill Biden either, right? Because she just seems, anytime I've ever seen her, she just seems like she has the personality of a wet mop, right? And this just seems like more of a vanity documentary than anything else. You might be asking, well, Peter, why are you even talking about this then? Well, there's two reasons. One, it was a slow news week. But number two, most importantly, this is just representative of something I've talked about a lot on this channel, and I'm not the only one to talk about this. This is just another move by Jeff Bezos. Whether, even though he's not technically the head of Amazon anymore, this just reflects a further attempt to curry favor with Trump now that he's won, right? Because notably, if you look at the facts over the past couple months, because Bezos now owns Washington Post, the editorial board was gonna do an endorsement of Kamala, and he axed it. He has donated $1 million to Trump's inauguration fund. And most recently, I think it was last week I did a story about this, the Washington Post blocked a political cartoon satirizing, Jeff Bezos brown-nosing Trump, along with other tech moguls, right? So the reason why I'm talking about this is that this is just another example of these wealthy individuals doing whatever they can to like I said, to curry favor. And not only curry favor, but again, benefit the Trump and the Trump family, right? So Rolling Stone notes, it's unclear how much of that $40 million is going directly to Melania. I'm sure that money goes into the production part. But again, it just reinforces this idea that people have, I'm not the first person to say this, that Trump, being president is a money-making enterprise for the Trumps. They don't have any true political or ideological ambitions other than their own power and influence and money, right? And not to say they're unique in that, but like in a very distinct, discreet way, that Trump uses the office of the presidency to benefit himself in ways that past presidents have not done. Not to say that other presidents haven't capitalized on it after leaving office, right? But Trump is so brazen and naked about it. And again, you see these wealthy individuals kind of kowtowing to Trump and trying to make him happy. And I feel like maybe this shouldn't even have been a full story, but it reflects this kind of trend. I feel like this is like the third story I've done talking about this now. I feel like you could put all the pieces together, and I think my main takeaway from all of this, and maybe this will be the last time I talk about this for a while, but what all of this has revealed, along with the recent announcement by Mark Zuckerberg of removing fact checkers from Facebook because it's making it too politically biased, which, sidebar, if your fact checking leads to a left-leaning bias, maybe you don't like maybe the other side is just like if facts favor a certain political argument, then like maybe you have a problem if you're on the other end of that argument. So my point with all this is that this moment just feels different than 2016. In 2016, when Trump's elected, it felt like there was this fiery resistance pushing against him. Now, 8 years later, it just feels like there's this like resigned acceptance, or in some of these cases, even embrace of Trump, right? I think people just don't have the stomach for another 4 years of exhausting resistance and opposition. So I think a lot of people are just going, let me just keep my head down. It'll be over in 4 years, whatever. And furthermore, some people see him as a ticket to more money and power, which historically with Trump does not work. You will always end up getting thrown under the bus for something. Like, I don't think there's really, I feel like there's very little of any people who are by his side in 2024 that were there in 2016. Like, he blows through them. And the fact that, you know, instead of having things like universal health care and other social services and things owed to us as citizens of this country, rich people are able to, and corporations can throw around $40 million to license a nothing documentary. It's not even because I disagree with them politically. I just feel like that's just not going to be interesting. You know what I mean? Like I would watch a documentary about Maggie Thatcher. I disagree and you know, I disagree with everything that she stood for. But that'd be an interesting documentary because she seems like an interesting character. You know, maybe perhaps the way Darth Vader's an interesting character. But, you know, Melania Trump, I feel like there's just nothing there. I don't know. Maybe I'm being sexist or condescending. I don't know. You know, a documentary about me maybe wouldn't be that interesting either. But, you know, they're not making a $40 million documentary about me. So who's going to complain? Wow, what an interesting story. I'm sure you have some thoughts about the topic, so comment below, let me know what you think. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really, really helps people find the channel and makes me feel all warm inside. Until next time, I'm Peter Mancuso. Peace out.